Hello students. So let me introduce myself. I am Sandeep Kumar Singh and today we are going to discuss about a very inspirational story from the Beehive book of class 9th standard CBSE. The name of the story or the chapter is The Sound of Music, written by Deborah Cowley. So students, you may be knowing that Cowley was a writer and broadcaster. She has traveled the world while writing more than 100 articles for different editions of the Reader's Digest, and many of which have been translated into dozens of languages. Okay, so the title of the story, The Sound of Music, itself signifies that the particular chapter deals with to the department of music. Okay students, and the main theme of this chapter or story is that actually this story is nothing but a biography of Evelyn Glennie. Okay, and the main theme which revolve around the chapter is that this biographical piece tells us how strong determination and hard work, perseverance and courage can alone help to achieve anything if we put our heart and soul to it. Okay students, no handicap or barriers can break one's way if one has the will to fulfill his or her dreams. Okay students, so in this chapter you will come to know that Evelyn Glennie, who is a Scottish multi-percussionist, she can play about 1000 instruments with perfection. She listens to sound without hearing it. Evelyn fought against her physical disabilities and became a source of inspiration for thousands of disabled persons. And she was profoundly deaf. Okay students, so now let us see what is there in the chapter. See, in the book it is written, before you read, God may have taken hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. Okay students, no doubt she was deaf, okay, but she was, what to say, extraordinary in some extent. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us, and that is why she expresses music so beautifully. So read the following account of a person who fought against a physical disabilities and made her life a success story. Okay students, so let us see the story line by line. Okay, so it starts, rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. You see here one new word is there, jostle. Okay, it means to push someone very roughly. Okay, so rush hours crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. Okay, so that particular time was the, what we can say, office hours, rush hours, when there is a crowd, isn't it? And at that very time what happened, that on the underground train platform, okay, a slight girl looking younger than 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibration of approaching train. So student, she is none other than Evelyn Glennie. She was standing on the platform, okay, to board the train. And as you know that she was deaf, so she cannot see whether train is coming or not. But yes, God has given her some extraordinary skill or power, what we can say, okay, a superpower, okay, by which she can feel, okay, she can feel the vibration that yes, now the train is approaching, it's time to board the train, okay. And she was a 17-year girl, okay, and she was very small and thin, okay. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenagers fresh from a Scottish firm, okay. One more new word is there, daunting. It means frightening. No doubt she was a 17-year small girl, what we can say, okay, and she was going, okay, to face an audition or interview, okay, in a very prestigious Royal Academy of Music, okay, which is one very prestigious academy in London. So that is why she was feeling a bit frightening, okay. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most, and she was profoundly deaf. So my students, that is not a big deal for her that she is going to face an interview in a prestigious Royal Academy, okay. But besides that, one more, what we can say, a severe thing was there with her, that she was completely deaf. You can imagine, okay, that a deaf girl, she is going to face an interview, okay, she has to board the train also, so she was a bit nervous. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Yeah, it has been given that it actually see her, what we can say, that hearing power, no, that she lost very slowly and slowly, step by step. She was not deaf, what we can say, since her birth, okay. That deafness appears in the later life. See, when she became deaf, her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8 years old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. When she was 8 years old, my students, okay, and she was waiting to play a musical instrument, piano, I think you might have seen. So at that time, her mother came to know that yes, something wrong is there with her, okay students. They called her name and she did not move. I suddenly realized she had not heard, says Isabel Glennie. Isabel Glennie is the mother of Evelyn Glennie, okay. So at the age of 8 years, when her mother invited her, called her to play a musical instrument called piano, so at the time actually what happened, you know, she did not heard. So then only her mother realized that yes, I think some problem is there with my daughter, okay, and that is why she is not hearing. Now let's see the next slide. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. As you know that she was studying in a school, okay, and for quite a while, okay, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness. No doubt that deafness was slowly and slowly gradually growing, isn't it? But she managed to conceal that deafness from the friends, from her teachers, okay. But by the time she was 11 years, okay, by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. So you see what happened. Actually, slowly and slowly what happened, no? Her marks in the exam starts getting deteriorating. That means falling down. She started scoring very low marks. Okay. Then her headmistress of the school requested her parents to take her to a specialist doctor. Okay, so it was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired. Okay, so at that time, that means when they took her to a specialist doctor, at that time only it was recognized that yes, her hearing was severely, means very badly, okay, impaired means damaged, weakened. So as a result of gradual nerve damage, and do you know how that happened? Okay, that deafness resulted due to the nerve damage. Okay, due to some nerve damage, that deafness appeared in her. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. Okay, so the doctors as well as the teachers advised her mother that she should be fitted with some hearing aids. Okay, and she should be sent to a school for the deaf, the school where deaf children used to study. In that type of a school actually she should be sent. So everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. So see what she's saying, Evelyn. After hearing that sort of things, when she came to know that yes, she was deaf, okay, now everything suddenly looked black. Okay, she became too depressed. Okay, you can imagine that when a person suddenly he came to know that yes, now I am what you can say, a physically disabled. Okay, I can't see. Okay, so what will be the condition? Okay, let's proceed. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She has determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. But you know, students, but Evelyn was not going to give up. She was not going to give up that yes, now I have become deaf, so from today onwards I will not be doing anything. That was not the thing with her. Okay, she was very determined. She was having a very strong determination, willpower that yes, no, I will try to lead a very normal life like other students and pursue her interest in music. And actually, you know, she was having very interest. She was very fond of music. One day she noticed a girl. Okay, one day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. So one day she had noticed that yes, some girl was there and she was playing a xylophone. So she thought that actually I also want to play xylophone. Okay. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. So, you know, the maximum teachers discouraged her that yes, no, you are deaf, you will not be able to perform well in this field. But among them, there was one percussionist. Percussionist means what? A person who used to play drum-like instrument. They are called percussionist. Okay, so his name was Ron Forbes. So he had find it out. Okay, he had seen some spark in her, some potential. Okay, some spark in her that yes, that sort of potential is there in her and she can do well in the field of music. Okay, students. He began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Okay, don't listen through your ears, he would say. Okay, he used to say to Evelyn that you don't try to listen through your ears. So what she should do? See, try to sense it some other way. Actually, you try to find out some other way. Okay, instead of hearing through your ears, you try some other ways to hear that music. Says Evelyn. Suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drums from the waist up in the lower and the lower one from the waist down. Okay, so now she is telling, okay, it's her biography, that suddenly I realized that I could feel, she started feeling that particular sound, that music, okay, of higher drum from the waist up, from the upper portion of the waist, and the lower one from the waist down. Okay, students. Forbes repeated the exercise, and same exercise his, what we can say, teacher, Forbes, okay, he repeated, okay, and asked her to try to listen the music. And soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. And very soon, that Evelyn realized that yes, she can listen, okay, the music, where through her different parts of her body, okay, not with the help of her hair, okay, sorry, ear. She used to listen those music with the help of her different parts of the body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibration. I had learned to open my mind, okay. So while trying to listen, always she used to open her mind and body, okay, to sounds and the vibration which gets created from the music. Okay, students. The rest was sheer determination and hard work, and the rest was her a very strong determination. Okay, that yes, I will. Okay, I will do it, and hard work. Okay, so what we can say, that she was very optimistic. Yes, I will. Okay, I will do it. I will have to learn. So that sort of feeling was there in her. Okay, and that was the main thing, okay, by which she became success. So now see the next. She never looked back from that point onwards. She turned the United Kingdom. Okay, she never looked back from that point onwards. That means she never looked back. Okay, she always tried to move ahead. She turned the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, okay, she toured the United Kingdom. Okay, she traveled throughout the United Kingdom with a youth of orchestra. Orchestra means what? A choir of what? Singers. Okay, along with them at the age of 16, she traveled throughout the United Kingdom. She had decided to make music her life, and ultimately, students, she decided to make music as her life. She used to love music. Okay, she used to play music. Music was everything for her. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music. Okay, as at the initial of the chapter, we have got that she was going to face an interview in the Royal Academy. Okay, so she faced that audition in the Royal Academy of Music, and he scored one of the highest mark in the history of the academy. You see, in that academy, she became the highest scorer. Okay, she gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performance, and slowly, what earlier actually she used to move with the orchestral friends. Okay, and she was doing that work, but slowly she started. Okay, she started to convert herself to solo performance. Okay, she started doing solo performances. At the end of her 3 years course, she had captured most of the top awards. Okay, and at the end of the 3 years course, that means while pursuing that course in the Royal Academy, she had captured most of the top awards in the field of music. And for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. Okay, and for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. Okay, it was her principle. Okay, that if we work hard, if we have a very strong determination, okay, then definitely we will be successful in our aim. And she got right to the top, the world's most sought after multi-percussionist. Okay, sought after means what? So she got appreciation. Okay, she was so demanded. Okay, she got lots of appreciation as a percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments. She had the quality to play thousands of instruments and hectic international schedules. Okay, and she was having a very hectic schedule. Okay, students. Now see, it is intriguing, okay, to watch Evelyn's function so effortlessly without hearing. So intriguing means what? Means fascinating, curious. Really, people became so curious, interested to watch her. Okay, to watch Evelyn watch the Evelyn's function, that how she used to play the music, okay, without hearing. In our 2 hours discussion, she never missed a word. So here, as what we can say, the writer is taking her interview, okay. So it was his view that in our 2 hours discussion, she never missed a word. Men with pussy beards give me trouble, she laughed. Okay, and it is not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. Okay, she speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. Okay, she speaks flawlessly. Flawlessly means what? Without fault, without mistakes. She used to speak, okay, without any mistake, with a Scottish lilt. Lilt means what? A very gentle way of speaking. Okay, a very gentle way of speaking. My speech is clear. See, she also give her views that my speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11. I think you might have seen the person who used to be deaf, no? They can't speak also. Okay, it happens. But her case was some kind of different. Why? Because she was not a deaf since her birth. Okay, she became deaf at her later stage of the life after 8 years. So that is why up to 7 years, okay, she already knew how to speak. So that is why she had the speaking power. Okay, she could speak anything. Okay, and she can speak very nicely. So that's why she has said that my speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11. She says, but that does not explain how she managed to learn French, okay, and master basic Japanese. Okay, but in her later life also, she also that means came to know how to speak French, okay, and Japanese too. Next, let us see. As for music, she explained, it pours in through every part of my body. It was her view, okay, that as far as the music is concerned, it pours, it penetrates, okay, in through every part of my body. In every part of her body, music used to get penetrates, used to feel. It tingles, okay. Tingles means causes a slight pricking, okay, or stinging sensation. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hairs. Even in her hairs also, she used to feel the vibration of the music. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. While playing the xylophone with the help of sticks, you see, the sounds which created, okay, the vibration of that sound she used to feel in her fingertips also. By leaning against the drum, she can feel the resonance. Resonance means what? Echo of sound. Okay, resonance flowing into her whole body. Okay, my students. So on a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibration pass through her bare feet. If there is some wooden platform, okay, is being made for singing, so in that sort of platform, actually what she used to do, she used to remove her, okay, shoes or slippers, just for what? To get the vibration. Okay, if she will be barefoot, okay, then definitely she will get the vibration up to her legs. Not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audience. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Okay, so people became really fan of her, and she got, that means, Philharmonic Society's prestigious Sociologist of the Year award, okay, in 1991. Says master percussionist James Blatz, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. He used to say that yes, God may have taken her hearing, isn't it? But instead of that, he had given her something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels. What actually we used to hear, that Evelyn used to feel far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. And as she used to feel, that is why she used to express music so beautifully. Okay, students? Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic. She admits, okay, she accepts that yes, what kind of a girl she was? She was workaholic. Workaholic means what? A person who is having a very interest, fond of work. Okay, always they used to keep themselves in work. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musicians. She has said that the classical musicians, as they used to work, she used to work more harder than that classical musicians. But the rewards are enormous. But the rewards, okay, the outcomes which she has got was really a very enormous, big, okay. Apart from the regular concerts, concert means what? Musical cultural shows, okay, functions which she used to perform. Apart from the regular concerts, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons. She used to perform without taking any fee, okay, without taking any money, in prisons, in hospitals, okay. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians, okay, the young learners. She used to teach them. And Richlin of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says she is a shining inspiration for deaf children, and really she became a what? Remarkable inspiration for the deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go, and other people, other students, those who are deaf, really they used to draw inspiration from her, that yes, okay, nothing is impossible, everything we can do if we have a very strong determination and willpower. Evelyn Glennin has already accomplished more than most people twice of her age. You see, she has already accomplished means what? Achieved, okay, more than most people of twice of her age. As she was 17 year age, okay, a people of 34-year age, what he used to achieve, she had achieved twice, okay, double than him or her. She has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra. Okay, students? She has brought percussion. She has slides demonstrated it can be very she has brought percussion to the front of orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. Okay, so she has brought what? Percussion to the front of orchestra. That means earlier she used to perform in orchestra, isn't it? But demonstrated that it can be very moving, and she has given inspiration to those who are handicapped. Okay, and she has really what? Given inspiration, okay, to those people. Okay, she has given inspiration to those who are handicapped. The people, those who are handicapped, to those she has given it. She became an inspiration that yes, if we have the willpower or the strong determination, then we can do anything in our life, isn't it? She used to say, she has given inspiration to those who are handicapped people who look to her and say, if she can do it, I can. Okay, and it was her saying that if she can do it, I can, and not the least, she has given enormous pleasures to millions, and really she has given what? Pleasures, happiness to millions of people. Okay, so this is the story, what we can say, a biography. Okay, it's a biography of Evelyn, okay, Glennin. I hope you have understood the story. Okay, students, and if you have any doubt, okay, or any problem, you can post your comment in the comment box. Okay, so thank you. Last